We have reached Wednesday, May 8th, 2024. Welcome to another edition of Litter Media Live with the icon Mike Smith. I'm Dan Ramey, and it looks like you need to move that way, mister.
I need to move?
Either that or he's going to move the camera. There we go.
There we go.
Hey, we both slid over without making anything happen.
How about that? We got slid. Somebody slid us.
Ain't digital world great?
That's great.
Yeah,
Love it.
until it doesn't work.
Yeah,
and
which
it's
it
not
didn't
so
there a
great.
moment ago.
That's true.
Yeah.
Before we do anything, I want to take a moment to correct something I said yesterday. And that was we started off the show talking about Hee Haw. Mm-hmm. And I was thinking it was Junior Samples that Dad had seen. It wasn't Junior Samples. It was Kenny Price.
Oh.
Stopped in South Bloomfield to get gas. And so I wanted to go on record as making a correction. Heck, I was 8 or 9 years old when this happened, but I got to looking at Hee Haw after the show, and I'm like, it was Kenny Price, not Junior Samples, that stopped in South Bloomfield.
Didn't he have a show called Kentucky Hayride, which was based out of Cincinnati?
That sounds right.
And that's probably why he was in this area.
So much entertainment came out of Cincinnati.
Oh,
seemed,
my.
you know?
Big stuff, yeah.
Oh, Paul, what was Paul's name?
Dixon.
Paul
Baby.
Paul Dixon.
And Ruth Lyons, Bob Braun, and all that,
yeah. All those guys. Yeah. And the other name I couldn't think of, the doctor on the Hee Haw, was Archie Campbell. Could not get his name in my head, but at any rate. So if you want to know what we were talking about yesterday, go back and look at yesterday's program on YouTube or also here on our videos page of Facebook. Coming up, we'll take a look at what's making news for you today. A lot of awards handed out yesterday. And more statewide news things happened too. And we'll also get you caught up to date with sports. But first, a look at the forecast. Not quite as hectic as the weather was last night.
Yeah, a little rough sledding in parts of the state last night, but today looks much better. Sunshine with a high of 81. I've seen some forecasts that were talking about the possibility of some storms later this afternoon and tonight. We'll see. Rainy and cooler Thursday through Saturday. That's not good for Gus Macker, with temperatures reaching the mid to upper 60s for a high.
But they will play through. And temperatures in the 60s, that's not too bad if you're a participant.
If you're out there sweating, it probably feel pretty good.
Yes, because there have been days with Gus Macker when temperatures were near 100. And it was not so fun in that respect. But last night, no power issues. We had a flicker or two at the Ramey Ranch. But a buddy of mine who lives 4 miles away, they were without power. I saw some photos on a Facebook page about Orville Road. There were some big trees down, and that's why they didn't have power. But there was one tree top that had fallen into Morgan's Fork Road, and people had created a pathway around it. And other than that, not a whole. We had some branches down, that sort of thing.
I saw a couple of Pike County schools were delayed this morning and some trees down.
And that was due to the power, I believe. But I can also tell you we had almost, it was like this far from being an inch of rain from that storm that hit last night. So, all right, that's enough of all that. Coming up in a moment, news. But first, let's tell you about Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Your trusted comfort advisor is in our news today. We'll tell you more about why in our next segment. But in the meantime, earlier today we had a visit with Mitch Higgins and Amy Harris talking about service agreements. And not only that, but the Bryant products that they have. Some of their products are carrier products as well. So if you want to find out more about what Accurate does, they service 17 counties here in Ohio. It's probably where you are watching right now. Click on this ad anywhere you see it on our website, littermedia.com, and it takes you to their website, accuratehvac.com.
Now that's one fast mower.
Take command of your lawn with Dixie Chopper, the world's fastest lawnmower.
Find a career you love with Pickaway Ross Adult Education. Skilled trades careers are in high demand with no signs of slowing down. Pickaway Ross offers career training programs with expert instructors and hands-on learning tactics to create a variety of opportunities. Visit our website for more information.
This is Andy Tomlinson. When ensuring what's important to you, our agents are there when you need us the most. Tomlinson Insurance, for the best coverage at the best cost. Visit us online at tomlinsonins.com to learn more.
They've been in business for 50 years now, celebrating number 50. So this is their golden anniversary year for Haynes Total Healthcare Center. Chiropractic needs, physical therapy, nutrition, they can handle all that and more. Find out what they do when you click on this ad anywhere you see it at littermedia.com, and it'll take you right to their website, HaynesHealth.com. You can follow along on littermedia.com as well as here on Facebook, and also take a look inside of Litter Media Twitter. You can find, or it's Litter Media X now, isn't it? We think they're going to go back to Twitter.
I have a gut feeling they're going to go back.
Elon, if you're watching, we suggest you do that. I think it's just the best thing to do.
Yeah.
So, at any rate, and maybe there's some type of DVA legalist stuff that needs to be why he went to X. Right. I don't know.
Kind of like when Prince went to almost no name for a while there years ago. So. The symbol of Prince. Anyway, you can follow along on our website, littermedia.com, for the stories we have for you. That includes the Chamber Awards last night for the Chillicothe-Ross Chamber of Commerce. Yeah, congratulations to Bobby Blanton, owner of the Brookhaven Spa, Cranberry Boutique, and the Coffee Hub. She was named the Entrepreneur of the Year by the Chillicothe-Ross Chamber of Commerce. And here,
I'm just overwhelmed. It's literally just such an honor to get this award. Like I said earlier, I wasn't expecting this at all, so it was quite the surprise. But yeah, it's been fantastic to be here tonight and to receive this. Core values that I instill in businesses are faith first, family second, career third. Something I learned from Mary Kay when I sold Mary Kay Cosmetics, and I do that honestly with all my businesses. I feel like family is so important, so I allow my staff to take as much time basically as they need. If their kid has a play, a school they need to go to, or a baseball game or whatever, I'm very lenient because family is so important. So I'd rather them spend time with their family because you just never know. You know, kids grow up so fast, and so I want them to be able to have that special moment with their family versus having to be stuck at those store working.
Bobby's honor was one of the 5 distinguished awards presented by the Chamber last night. Other awards went to Don Russell, retired plant manager at the Chillicothe Paper Mills. He was given a special recognition award. Also, Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing won the Legacy Award for businesses that have operated for more than a quarter of a century. Of course, Tom White was the founding father, if we can use that term. Now they've got 190 employees in 7 locations serving 17 counties. Bo Lacey Construction won the Corporate Citizenship Award for its charitable contributions and commitment to work-life balance for employees. Anna Armistead of the Hope Partnership Project was named Young Professional of the Year. She's Vice President of Epic Young Professionals and contributes to Big Brothers Big Sisters of South Central Ohio, Greater Chillicothe, Women in Business, Life Ready, and more. Of course, that's Don's picture right there. But you can read the whole story and find out everything that happened last night at littermedia.com. Adrian D'Souza of the Ross NAACP was joined by Angela Young of the Pump House Center for the Arts on our Litter Media Special Edition yesterday, where they promoted this Juneteenth celebration in Chillicothe.
Well, Juneteenth is when we celebrate freedom, and Abraham Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation in 1863. But it didn't reach everyone, and everyone hadn't heard about it. So in 1865 is when the people from Texas finally heard that they were free. So we call it Freedom Day, and we celebrate it with a celebration.
We're going to start off with 2 events. The first one's going to be at the Pump House, and this is going to be the Creative Artist event, which will we normally have that every year. And this one is opened up this year to all residents of Chillicothe, wherever. It's not a residency requirement, I should say. So age 16 and older can submit at least 4 pieces of art. The art will have to be a June theme. Okay. And with that, it's going to be a judged event this year. So there will be monetary awards for our winners, best of show, first place, second place, third place, and honorable mention. So that will occur, and the opening ceremony will be held on June 7th.
Again, you can see this video on our YouTube channel as well as in the video section here on Facebook. Now, Lieutenant Governor John Husted, he was just here Monday, but he was also back in Southern Ohio again yesterday for the Buckeye Hills Career Center, a blue-collar celebration. Students signed on to a career, and the school broke ground on a new training complex to serve an additional 110 students each year. So again, part of this career tech promotion through the state of Ohio. The city of Lancaster will host the start of the annual Light Ohio Blue campaign. The event brings hundreds of police officers from around the state to honor law enforcement officers who have died in the line of duty. The group will meet at 721 North Memorial Drive for a short ceremony before starting the parade of cruisers. That parade will proceed eastbound on West 6th Avenue, then turn southbound on North High Street. This is all in Lancaster, by the way. And finally, turn westbound on East Main Street before continuing westbound on US 22 towards Circleville. Citizens of Lancaster are urged to come out to the downtown area about 6:45 p.m. to show your support for all the law enforcement officers who have made the ultimate sacrifice to protect their communities.
10,000 bicycle helmets for kids were sent out across the state yesterday. It's all part of Put a Lid on It campaign from the Ohio Academy of American Pediatrics and the Ohio Department of Transportation and our buddy Matt Bruning. Thanks for that heads up.
Heads up on the Put a Lid on It and cranial protection.
Yes, sir.
For many individuals, buying a home is the largest purchase they will make in their lifetime. In fact, in March of 24, Ohio realtors reported there were over 10,700 home sales across the state, an average sale price exceeding $275,000. To help Ohioans successfully navigate the home buying process, the Ohio Department of Commerce divisions of financial institutions and real estate and professional licensing have teamed up to provide important information on this topic, including how best to secure a mortgage. You can learn more on our website, littermedia.com.
You remember when you bought your first house?
Yeah, we're still living in it.
I mean, the experience of having to find a lender and all that stuff.
And it seemed like the health department had to inspect our sewage. We had to have a judge do something with the deed. We had to do this, had to do that. All this stuff that you don't expect. You know, it's like, I just wanted to borrow money to buy a house, you know.
Read our story. It might be a help to you if you're wanting to buy your first home. Our road report in Fayette County deals with I-71 in both directions between the Heidi Road and Clinton County line. You'll have various daily lane restrictions from 7 to 5 now through fall for resurfacing. So if you're driving down in the Cincinnati area, you'll come across this, so give it a heads up.
Is there a Heidi Gate on Heidi Road?
You know, I was thinking about that last night when I was putting that together. A lot of people are thinking, Heidi Gate? What are you talking about?
Well, you got to go back to the 1960s in NFL. Oakland Raiders and the New York Jets, right?
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken. So, an NFL TV snafu that happened thanks to NBC. And now they carry everything sports, it seems. Getting ready for the Olympics. By the way, Matt Barnes was the name that you were trying to think of yesterday.
Cousin Amy or Matt's or Aaron's mom was the one that helped us.
Chimed in on that later. All right, coming up in just a moment, a look at sports. But Scioto Valley Dumpsters, they have the sport. They bring this orange dumpster, and then you fill it up, and then they haul it away for you. That's athletic, right? At least there is some physical work being done there. Not only that, but they can clean up your locations in certain instances and even do demo work too. Find out more when you call them at 740-253-8389. Or if you click on this ad anywhere you see it on our website, littermedia.com, it takes you to their Facebook page where you can learn more about Scioto Valley Dumpsters. Sports is next.
Our financial lives have never been more complex, and some decisions just can't wait. which is why our K&B Mobility app gives you instant access to the financial tools you need wherever you are. Get a clear picture of all of your accounts, check your daily transactions, receive account alerts, and much more. So no matter where you are or what you are doing, you can make the best decisions for you and your financial goals. Download our Kingston National Bank Mobility app today.
At Rathkamp Financial, we provide wealth management services that may ease clients' fears of financial loss and help them retire comfortably. Our greatest satisfaction comes from working with clients for many years and helping them realize their dreams.
I was looking for a first job. I had been babysitting and decided it was something for a little more permanent. It pays very well. It's convenient. You can make your own schedule with the flexibility. That's something that I like. The people that I work with are great. I wouldn't ask for a better crew or management team to work for.
And today is Wednesday, open interview day at McDonald's, all 7 locations here in the Chillicothe area.
As a basketball coach and a dad, I need to be able to keep up.
Mark came to the Adina Orthopedic and Spine Institute in severe arm pain from a degenerative disc.
I was so confident in Dr. Fleming, he explained everything.
Together, they decided on minimally invasive spinal surgery to relieve Mark's pain and get him back to what matters most. At Adina, we do what we love, so you can too.
They're playing basketball, but we're going to be doing that for Gus Macker this weekend. But we want to talk about other spring sports that are going on right now.
Yeah, the all SVC baseball and softball selections were released just after midnight this morning. If you were out watching the website for that when it came out, SVC softball champ Unioto and baseball champ Zane Trace lead the conference selections. Lady Sherman's Hannah Hall is the SVC Player of the Year, and Unioto coach Rob Hall Coach of the Year after leading them to a perfect 14-0 season. Zane Trace's Ron Allen shared the Coach of the Year honors with Huntington's Chad Carroll. Pioneers with the undisputed champ, but Huntington, I still think Chad should get a free meal from Ron Allen for knocking off Unioto twice. Huntington and Unioto shared second place, so that's why Chad Carroll of Huntington shares the Coach of the Year honor with Ron Allen. But Huntington's DJ Crocker is the baseball Player of the Year.
When's the last time Huntington had a Player of the Year in baseball?
Oh, boy. You're
probably going back, this early 70s, maybe?
It's been a while. It's been a while. In fact, off the top of my head, I can't tell you, unless it might have been when Chad Carroll was playing at Huntington High School. It was tournament time last night, and remarkably, most of the games got in as far as softball tournament action. Logan was a winner. Lancaster was a winner. The Chillicothe Lady Cavs game with Dublin Jerome got rained out. They'll make that up today at 5:30. I was texting back and forth with A.D. Newt Bonner on that last night. Division III sectional semis for softball. North Adams was a winner, so was Portsmouth and Chesapeake. For the second day in a row, Minford and Eastern, it's 8-1 Minford in the 4th inning when that was rained out Monday. It's been moved to today. Division IV winners, Green and Fisher Catholic. High school tournament volleyball last night. Division II district semis. Chillicothe swept Patriot Prep, but Westfall saw their season come to a close, losing to Bishop Hartley. Now, a late arrival onto our score page because they just updated this morning. In boys and girls track, the FAC Day 1 events for the boys, Hillsborough leads Chillicothe by 4.5 points. The girls has McLean leading Miami Trace by 9. And the Mid-State League Buckeye Day 1 track meet, Liberty Union leads Fairfield Union by 6 points for the boys. And on the girls' side, Taze Valley has a 7-point lead on Circleville. Both of those finals will be Friday, which I believe is the same night as the SVC. The FAC finals, that will be Thursday in Washington Courthouse, and I'll be there for that event.
And Mid-State League finals are Friday?
I believe that's great, yeah.
I have a niece running. I need to get up there and see that.
It's at Fairfield Union.
It's at Fairfield Union, so
have a drive.
Beyond Lancaster.
Yes, sir.
All right, Rio Grande University softball has learned their destination for the NAIA National Tournament. The Red Storm will face Aquinas, Michigan, And is it?
I think it might be
Aquinas,
like Thomas Aquinas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Michigan on May 13th with the winner. That's this coming Monday. Playing number 1 seed Marion, Indiana.
Now that's not to be confused with
Marion.
Indiana Wesleyan, which is also in Marion.
Well,
Indiana.
this is Marianne, not Marion.
Is it in Indianapolis?
Marion College is not in Marion, Indiana.
Yeah. But it used to be. Before it became IWU, that was called Marion.
Yes.
So is Marianne, is that in Indianapolis?
I think, it's closer to Indianapolis.
Okay. You should know Indiana by like the back of your hand.
I should, yeah.
I wonder if you ever got the back of somebody's hand in Indianapolis. I don't know. That's something we'll probably have to find out off the air. But we didn't see anything on Shawnee State. We thought there was a possibility that they might get an at-large bid, but they did not, even though they had the best record in 25 years.
Isn't that incredible?
Yeah.
And baseball, Reds, Justin Wilson.
Talk about this.
Justin Wilson gave up a 3-run home run and then a solo shot after that. It created a 4-run 7th inning. Prior to it, it was 2-0.
Yeah.
But then the Reds hit home runs. That guy right there, Jonathan India, and also Tyler Stevenson. But they've lost 6 in a row and 9 of their last 11 after such an incredible start. They can't hit the ball for some reason right now.
Now, they did get some good news yesterday.
Yes.
T.J. Friedel is back.
Yes, and he went over 3.
Well,
so.
He's got to get practiced up.
Absolutely.
Guardians, yeah.
Guardians also lost this time to Detroit, 11-7 the final there. And Cleveland lost the NBA playoff game, falling to Boston, 120-95.
And as I told Aaron yesterday, I root for the Cavs when they're not playing the Celtics, but now it's all Boston for me. So go Celts.
Traitor. All right, coming up in a moment, this date in history, we have dialed up the Litter Media Wayback Machine too.
We're celebrating on this date in 1945.
Ooh. All right, details coming up. But first, Litter Quality Propane, custom tank colors and wraps. You can do that with your tank. Find out more at how your propane tank can be beautiful. LitterPropane.com. For transportation options in Ross County, call Ross County Health District's Mobility Management Team, 740-779-9652. Each week, Litter Media presents the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Player of the Week. If you have an athlete to nominate, any amateur athlete is eligible. Simply visit littermedia.com and click on Player of the Week. At the end of the year, we'll announce the Player of the Year. Make your nominations now at littermedia.com. Click on Player of the Week. Are you looking for a beer that satisfies your thirst and love of country? Armed Forces Brewing Company brews beer for patriots. Celebrate freedom with every sip. Armed Forces Brewing Company. Freedom never tasted so good. Visit ChillicotheOhio.com for the Ross Chillicothe Convention and Visitors Bureau. The Bean Foundation wants to raise awareness about suicide prevention by sharing 988. Trained crisis counselors are available to talk 24/7, 365. 988, save the number, save a life. And to learn more about the Bean Foundation, created in the memory of Bryant Beans Butt, call 740-703-0611 or email Jim Butt at jbutt6355@gmail.com. Time for this date in history.
On this date in 1945, 3/4 of the world broke out into a party.
Victory in Europe.
Mm-hmm. Sounds a lot like a hymn that I used to sing.
It does sound like a hymn, yeah.
Both Great Britain and the U.S. celebrate Victory in Europe Day. Citizens in both nations, as well as formerly occupied cities in Western Europe, put out flags and banners rejoicing in the defeat of the Nazi war machine during World War II. The 8th of May spelled the day when German troops throughout Europe finally laid down their arms. Of course, that's why I said 3/4 of the world, because there was this little skirmish out in the Pacific that still had a few months to go before they partied again for VJ Day.
Yes. I recall when Dad had passed away and Mom was courting a new gentleman who had spent time in Guadalcanal during World War II. And good friends of Mom and Dad, best friends, Paul and Norma Gokenauer were there. And so they started talking about their World War II experiences. And so Junior had talked about his Guadalcanal experience, didn't go in depth with it, but just mentioned he was there. And then Paul, he said, now you served over in Europe? He says, yeah. And it was, after Victory in Europe Day and everything. And he says, oh, you're one of Eleanor's boys, huh? And I'd never seen Paul get quiet before because he was a prankster and the whole deal. But it was like, yeah, but I served. Leave me alone.
I was on the cleanup crew.
Yeah. But what a time that was for all the atrocities we saw happening in the world, and it took a unified effort to put an end to it.
Absolutely.
And our hats off to what has been dubbed and forever will be held as the greatest generation. All right, tomorrow we have a visitor coming in for a special event, and that special edition will be for the Bookworm program.
Courtney?
Yes, Courtney Lewis will be here from
You're talking to her?
Possibly.
You get all the pretty. Well, I had a couple of pretty gals.
You did have a couple of pretty gals today. Yes, you can find that interview in our videos feed here as well as on YouTube with the Pickaway County Parks District. And so Mike had that conversation this morning, but we'll talk Bookworm tomorrow morning, this show again. And I want to say we have a special edition on Friday.
I think
also.
I saw a message come in from some guy named Dan Ramey that said there was something you were doing Friday morning.
Yeah, I can't remember what it is right now.
Yeah.
And we have more next week, too. So, and don't ask me what they are. I don't
Stay
have my
tuned.
notes in front of me. Yes, just keep watching. Yeah. Keep watching. And as we told folks at the Pineapple Awards this past Monday, we're here to share the good news about things going on in our communities. And we add into that beneficial news that you can use as well, such as the home purchasing story that you'll find on our website today. But if you've got a story that needs to be told, share it with us. If we can be there, we will certainly do what we can to help tell that story. So that's our mission, is to help others get the word out. So if you want to help us, share what we do and tell more people about Litter Media. So that's it for the program today. Thank you so much for watching. We will be with you again tomorrow with another edition of Litter Media